Are you considering a relocation to Minnesota? Do you want to become a resident of the great land of 10,000 lakes, actually 11,842 to be exact? Well, if you are interested in becoming a Minnesotan, this video is for you. We're going to dive into all things Minnesota and what it looks like to relocate here to our great state. Our beautiful state isn't just about picturesque landscapes and bountiful lakes. It really is an economic hub with vibrant communities, many of which are centered around the Minneapolis and St. Paul area and the surrounding suburbs. We've got over 17 Fortune 500 companies here, exciting cultural scene, top-tier schools, and endless outdoor activities. Minnesota is truly a place that caters to anyone. We understand that relocating to a new state can seem absolutely daunting, so we appreciate the fact that you're doing your research, and we are here as a team to help you make your move as easy, stress-free, and as manageable as possible. So what is your first step? Well, it's comprehensive research just like you're doing right now. Understanding the different neighborhoods, the cost of living, the commute times. Go check out our commuting video, as well as just understanding neighborhood by neighborhood what is going to fit your needs as well as your family needs the absolute best. And we are here to help you through all of that. Next up is finding your right home, and that's really where we come in. We are here and committed to you. My team's mission is to help you find the right home at the right price, at the right location, at the right time, when everything makes sense for you. So if you are considering a move here in the next 12 months, reach out, send us an email, info@grayduckproperties.com, or go down in the summary of this video. You do have an opportunity there to click and schedule a Zoom meeting directly with me at your convenience. We really want to be able to kickstart the process far before you ever even land in Minnesota. But speaking of landing in Minnesota, book a trip. We're happy to assist you once you get here. Give us some heads up, but we're going to take you out, show you the neighborhood, show you the communities. We can tour a few homes. You don't have to be ready to buy the first time you come here, but making a trip here prior to your actual move is going to be a really, really good option to help you explore and understand our great communities. So what's life in Minnesota like? Living in Minnesota means you get the best of all worlds. Imagine winters, ice fishing at one of our 10,000 plus lakes, skiing down the slopes of Spirit Mountain, Afton Alps, Lutsen, or any of our other great ski resorts. In the winter, we have the St. Paul Winter Carnival, and as the snow melts, spring brings beautiful blooms and outdoor festivals, just like the May Day Parade in Minneapolis, known for its vibrant and creative community spirit. Our summers here, although they can sometimes feel a little bit short, we pack a lot into them. There is so much going on here in Minnesota summers. Head up north to the Boundary Waters canoe area, or staying in the cities and taking in all that's offered at any of our amazing lakes here in the Twin Cities. Check out a baseball game at Target Field, home of the Minnesota Twins. There's music and movies at so many of our amazing parks. The Uptown, St. Paul, and Minneapolis art crawls draw in huge crowds every single year. And if you really are into crowds, summers at the Great Minnesota Get-Together, the Minnesota State Fair, is a great opportunity to bring in and taste a little bit of what Minnesota culture is. There's so many good foods. Our big thing is foods that are fried and on a stick. Now, it's not that healthy, and there's a lot less foods nowadays that are fried and on a stick as there used to be, but there is so much to do there. We're going to be shooting an upcoming video there as well at this year's Great Minnesota Get-Together, so stick around, stay tuned for that one. In the fall, you can pick your own apples or pumpkins at any of our amazing orchards or pumpkin patches around the Twin Cities. There's a ton of them, and you just got to get outside the Twin Cities just a little bit to find the best ones, in my opinion anyway. And while you are getting outside the cities, go for a little leaf peeping exploration. It's a really great time. We have beautiful fall colors around here, and there is so many places within a short drive with amazing vistas and wonderful views. Well worth going and checking those out every single fall. In the fall, my family, we love to take an annual camping trip. As the temperatures get a little bit cooler, sitting around a bonfire, having some s'mores, enjoying it with some friends on a wonderful camping trip, something that we love to do every single year. We'd highly recommend it. Our state really isn't just about outdoor beauty though. There is so much culture here to explore, and it is really a cultural hub. You can explore the Walker Art Center, one of the big 5 modern art museums in the US, and catch world-class theatrical performance at the Guthrie Theater. If music's more your scene, check out First Avenue and 7th Street Entry. It's been host to so many famous acts from around the world, not to mention it is where Prince was able to launch his career. Yes, him and many, many others call Minnesota their home. If you're a foodie like my wife and myself are, you are not going to be disappointed in the Twin Cities food scene. There is so much going on here, so many James Beard award-winning chefs. There's never a lack of really great restaurants, and there's new ones opening all over the place, all the time. You'll never get bored of exploring. And don't forget to try a Juicy Lucy. Minnesota is the home of the Juicy Lucy. It was created here. I have no idea why it's called the Juicy Lucy, but it is a cheeseburger that is filled with molten hot cheese on the inside rather than the outside. Really a Minnesota thing. You got to check it out. There's some really good ones around the Twin Cities. Now, the Twin Cities really does offer a strong economy anchored by numerous Fortune 500 companies, excellent schools, and universities that consistently rank among the best in the nation. The University of Minnesota, for instance, is one of America's top public Ivy schools. And if you're into shopping, Minnesota is one of the few states that does not have tax on clothing or shoes. It's pretty cool. So come here, do your shopping, and don't pay taxes on it. You can explore the Mall of America in Bloomington. It's one of the world's largest malls with over 500 stores, an indoor adventure park, tons of dining, and all the entertainment you could ever want. Or support some of our local businesses at smaller boutique shops anywhere around the Twin Cities. Minnesota, we've got a lot of great sports teams. We've got the Minnesota Wild, our hockey team, the Minnesota Vikings, our football team, the Minnesota Twins, our baseball team, as well as the Minnesota Timberwolves, our wonderful basketball team. We also have the Minnesota United, wonderful MLS soccer stadium. There's a lot going on for sports here. Unfortunately, we don't always have the best sports teams.
No good, he missed it! The season can't end like that!
But man, it's always entertaining. We love checking out a game. Quality of life in Minnesota is something that I feel is one of the best in the nation, and the nation typically ranks us at the very top of many lists on national surveys that come out every single year. Eagan, Minnesota, where I live, was just ranked the number 11 city to live in the entire nation. So all of its surrounding communities are right up there as well, but Minnesota is a great place to call home. So if Minnesota sounds like the place for you, hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and reach out to us, info@Grey.Properties. We're happy to set up an exploratory call to just dive a little bit further into how you could benefit from making Minnesota your home.